Good morning.
Good morning.
So anybody here working to be a saint or a mystic? Oh, my husband. Raised his hand. There we go. There you start out. Aspiring to it. That's where the wisdom started out. But we're not looking to do that, right? That's not what we come here for. We come here to be sort of those renegades, right? The ones that are out there saying, I want to have an open heart. I want to be connected with the divine. I want to be connected with nature and with all that goes on. To have a deeper understanding so that I can live more that spiritual life. That's what living a spiritual life is all about. So we say we come here for spiritual tools for sacred living. Sacred living. We pay attention. We pay attention to how we really feel, how we're connected with everything. And this idea of solidarity with all living things. It's right there in our words of wisdom. How all of the world religions talk about that underlying everything, that we are all connected. Everybody in here right now is sharing the same air. Right? We're sharing the same air. We've learned that through COVID. Go around in masks, not leaving your homes, right? That we share it. It's right here. We're intrinsically connected with one another, with everything that is around us. And how do we work with that? How do we live with that? What do we do about that in our daily lives? Do we pay attention to that? Or do we trample all over it? Where do we go with it? So this idea of deepening who we are spiritually, being more authentic human beings, needs to look at where we're at in our solidarity with all living things. And believe me, rocks are living, the earth is living, the ground is living. You know, it's all part of it. And where are we in that relationship? So we started out with some of the things that are in our words of wisdom about where it says it. So in our Abrahamic faiths, it starts out in Genesis. It says that humans were created in God's image and are entrusted with the responsibility to care for and steward. Khalifa is in Islam, to be the stewards of the earth. So we're there, we need to stare. The Psalms say, the earth is the Lord's and the fullness thereof, the world and those who dwell within, emphasizing that all of creation is inherently good and belongs to God, belongs to the divine. So here we are in charge of it, but it belongs to the divine, so we need to take care of it and take care of each other. Take care of all the animals, the two-legged, the four-legged, the winged, the fish, all of it. And we say, okay, that's all good, that's all philosophical, but science tells us. Albert Schweitzer says, until he extends his circle of compassion to include all living things, man will not himself find peace. And the first step in the evolution of ethics is a sense of solidarity with other human beings. We talked last week of that actualized moral capacity and that sense of ethics and values. Well, the next step in that is how do we take care of each other? It's hard because fear gets in the way. Fear gets in the way. We don't, unless I protect myself, I gotta protect mine. Gotta watch out for mine because otherwise we'll get it. Then you should be walking around with a gas mask all the time, right? Because you are sharing the breath with the next person, whether you like it or not. The air that's around us. The water in this planet is the same water that has always been there. We don't realize that. This water has just been recycled. It doesn't go, we don't create new water. Right? It's different ways. It goes into the ground, it goes back up, it gets rained down. It's the same water our ancestors drank. The animals drank. We need each other. We're in this together. How do we open our hearts to stay together in this? In what ways do we separate out? Buddhist teachings emphasize that all living beings are interdependent and interconnected, a concept known as dependent origination. Nothing exists in isolation. Every being and event affects every other. That's why I'm wearing the butterfly. We always heard about the butterfly effect, right? You know, I don't know, some people say, oh, scientists rebuked it, some people say, well, I like it. The butterfly flaps its wings in one part of the world and starts a whole, wind tunnel that can create a hurricane somewhere else. Right? But I know also too, butterfly bees. We lose the bees, humanity won't live. We can't live without bees. The tenderness that's asked for, that we need, this solidarity that we have. It matters that we push our way through. It matters that in our fear we lock ourselves away from other things and not be in this place of togetherness. The Buddhist compassion and loving kindness are not limited to one's loved ones or those who are easy to relate to. They extend to all living beings without exception, including those who are neutral, those who are difficult, and even considered our enemies. This requires a radical shift from self-centeredness to boundless, all-embracing love. So there we have. What's the spiritual tool? Shifting out of that self-centeredness. We think about stories, think about things that are happening in our lives. We think about those stuff, and it comes back to, all about me, how do I do me, it's all me, how are you affecting me? And the more we go into me, the more we lock ourselves down by limitation, me, mine, this. The more we limit that, the less we can breathe. The less we are attached to the all, which is all-encompassing, all needed, and all a part of. The best thing we can do when we're feeling locked down and afraid is to reach out to somebody else. Do something nice. By me helping you, I help myself. Right? And to reach out and to move, to make that movement possible. Yeah? To really get back into that sense of interconnectedness. We love when the Janes come to visit us. So I got a Jane post. The Jane post is that all living beings, from the smallest microorganisms to the most complex creature, share a fundamental life force, the jiva. This shared essence creates a sense of interconnectedness and interdependence among all life forms, fostering a deep understanding of mutual reliance and the need to live in harmony. Humanity needs to live in harmony with each other and with our environment and with all the creatures that are in the world. It's the only way we sustain ourselves. Yeah? So righteousness will kill us. It destroys us in our own lives. Needing to have things our way. Needing to have people understand us. I can go on and on with the things that science says. Let me see. I have something from quantum physics. Fritjof Capri in the Tao of Physics says quantum physics indicates that the universe is a complicated web of interdependent relationships. The scientists can tell us all this stuff. We can talk about all that spiritual realm of how we're all interconnected. But if I don't open myself up to it, if I don't take responsibility and move out of that place where it's all about me, it's meaningless. It's useless. How does what I do affect the rest of the world? Does it matter if I just throw things away anywhere I want? How I do it? Does it matter? Yes. Does it matter how I splat my emotions or feelings out just aimlessly? Yes. Does it matter how I flap my wings? We do that in all kinds of ways ourselves. Yes, it matters. Does it matter how I go into myself and rehash old stories, all this, all that, all that? It matters. Get over it already. It matters. It matters that we evolve. It matters that we step up. It matters that we reached out our hand to somebody who needed it. It matters, and it affects everything. We are so interconnected. There's in addition to that, aho, atakuyasan. And we say, just aho at the end of our blessings. But it's that idea of 7 generations from the native tradition. It's not about just what I do, but how what I do will affect the next 7 generations after me. Because that's who we're borrowing the space and time from. We're interconnected to that which is not even here yet. As those before us gave us. I think we can do better. I think we can pay more attention. I think we can send out intentions of love and respect and compassion. And compassion isn't having pity for. Compassion is getting down and dirty and really saying, we're in this together. I'll be here for you. This idea of interconnectedness, the trees, they stand next to each other. And they work it out in the roots. Underneath how they share the water and everything. And they stand beside each other strong. And allow each other to stand strong. So, as you go out from here this week, think about where do I stand in my solidarity with all living beings? With the people I get along with, the people I don't get along with, the people I think should this and that, and the people I think shouldn't this and that. With the environment, the air, the humidity. Everything we want to condemn as opposed to what we want to build up. Be the tree. Stand tall and let your roots go deep. Say, how can I share the water? How do I share the insights? Show me. Because just as our song said, it's all miracles are happening all around you. You can be a part of them. They can be ordinary in your life if you're paying attention. They don't have to be, a miracle! No. A miracle. You. Everyone around you. Miracle. Life. A miracle. Be the miracle. Be a part of it. Let yourself be the greatest embracing demonstration of the miracle of life. And that way, you will understand the beauty and the solidarity of all that is.